Silence is golden, as they say. Yes, Sir Chris of the Bridlington. Big Calimera from downtown Cape of Paphos. This is the Paphos Harbour and Promenade area. For those of you with eagle eyes, you may have noticed that we've had a shower or two. Yes, unfortunately, we do get that little bit of rain now and again. But as we can see, the sun is starting to break through the clouds and everything's starting to go blue. And the fishermen are coming out on a spectacality of a day indeed on, of course, the island of Love. Could be the perfect place for you guys if you're looking for a spectacality of a place to come for a holiday. I'd like to say a big hello to one or two of the people that watch the channel now and again. If you're in downtown Blue Nicosia, a big shout out to Michael Mbaru, Sir Chris of the Blue Nicosia, and thank you for reminding me that Valentine's Day is coming up. Yes, I'll go and get some blue roses for the most beautiful woman in the world, Miss Archie Gracila Booth, which of course is Marika. Now, where would we like us to go today? Shall we keep going up towards the King's Avenue Mall? If you're on foot, by the way, from the harbour, it'll probably take you 10 to 15 minutes because you'll be stopping along the way and perusing in one or two of the shops, like West Coast properties. We all like to look at property prices, don't we? And there's plenty of them on this street. This is the property sellers' road of heaven in their eyes, and hell for you if you want to buy a property, that is, because there's an awful lot of choice. But of course the prices, well, depending on where you're coming from, aren't they? The property prices all around the world these days are in Lululand. Very good if you're going to sell one, but not so good if you're going to buy one, shall we say. So this is the road from the Paphos Promenade and Harbour, and it's going to bring us out at the King's Avenue Mall roundabout. And of course, as that name suggests, right in front of us will be the main mall of Paphos, which is known as the King's Avenue Mall. And of course, we're going to go left onto King's Avenue. And of course, that is again a #1 tourist hotspot on the island of Love, in particular in Paphos. Not far from the harbour, 10-15 minutes by foot. And of course, there are buses, and of course, there are taxis as well. Now, if you are in this area, you can either walk down the route that I'm driving up, or you can cut through to the coastal pathway and meander along, taking in the views of the blue Mediterranean Sea. King's Avenue, here we go. What have we got? Do you want a massage? You want to go to a spa? There's a place over there. There's a hire car shop next to it. We've got Ben's Bar coming up. Across the road to that, we've got my mate Tony H at the Monara Bar. Plenty of places for you to pop in and have a drink or two, by the way, or a coffee in the morning at the Green Corner. What do you say, Baron John and Baroness Louise, off on the adventure of a lifetime to Southeast Asia? Yeah, they are indeed. But don't worry, they're going to get on a big bird and fly straight to Dubai, then Dubai to Larnaca, then into a hire car to Paphos for the grand opening of the Marika and Me Lounge Bar on the 15th of March 2025. If you're coming further than that, please drop it into the comments, because there's a competition. Yeah, they're traveling 6,313 miles to come for the grand opening, and we do appreciate it and we do thank them very much indeed. And we also thank them for their huge contribution to the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. And of course, there will be a brick or two on that wall. Baron John, Baroness Louise, of course, their princess, the baby barnhawk, that's Miss Fern. And of course, the man of her dreams, who she's going to be marrying in the summertime, our Harry the Keeper. Well, it's actually her, Harry the Keeper. And I remember the first time that I met them in the Cape of Paphos Harbour. It's going back 3 years ago now. And they were all there at one of the restaurants, and we were introduced. And I remember saying to the princess, that's the baby barnhawk, Miss Fern. She said, oh, this is Harry. And I said, is he a keeper? as I was shaking his hand, and this guy is about 6'4", by the way, but he understood it was a joke. But I actually felt his hand quiver in my hand as I asked Miss Fern, is he a keeper? And she paused and she smiled and she said, yes, he is. And from that day on, he was known as Harry the Keeper, a legend and a superstar, and a great honour to know, and a great honour to know that I call him my friend, along with his soon-to-be father-in-law, of course, Baron John, and his mother-in-law, Baroness Louise. And we also had the great honour and pleasure to meet their son. Of course, his name is Sir of the Aden, who was posted to Cyprus, and now he's off on his adventures somewhere else in the world, making sure that we are totally safe and secure. King's Avenue is where we are. Renovations going on here. Someone's opening perhaps a bar or a restaurant. And I remember popping into that place with the Barnhawks on their last visit, and we had a meal to die for. And we do thank you very, very much indeed for your continuous support of the channel, and of course for your friendship. And we consider you to be friends for life. And there are many, many people who we've met, and there are many, many people that we're going to meet that we know that we will be friends for the rest of our lives. I'd like to say a massive, massive thank you to Baron von Cigar and of course his girl, Lady of the Victoria. Yeah, thank you very, very much for being our friends, and thank you very much for your contributions to the channel known as Marika and me. List goes on and on. If your name is Lord of the Andy, he's got his own beauty all the way in downtown Shropshire, Lady of the Ness. We thank you very, very much indeed. And if you want to watch a couple of nutcases driving around in a black beast, perhaps you can drop it into their comments on their channel. What car do you think they're driving? Go and check them out. Ness and Andy's Travels, as they wiggle and waggle in and around Shropshire, across the border into Staffordshire, and now and again, well, quite often actually, into North Wales. And of course, lots of people do love North Wales, and I love North Wales because I am from North Wales, a little town called Ruthin. Yes, big, big shout out to Ruthin and all of the old friends, yeah, who are still hanging out in downtown Ruthin. Yeah, big shout out to Jeffrey of the Dwight. Yeah, for those of you who know who he is, perhaps you do, perhaps you don't, but he's got a very, 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 very famous brother. Yes, indeed. See if you can work it out. He's got a brother. He's got 5 brothers actually, but one of his brothers is unbelievably famous. He's got a Sir before his name. He doesn't trade by his original name, but his original name is Dwight. Yes, okay. And he's written a song or 2. So you drop it in the comments. Who do you think that I am talking about? And I met him once or twice as well. Work it out. Think about it. Tomb of the King's Avenue. Lots of developments going on here, by the way, and lots of building. And on that note, I want to do a massive, massive shout out to a gentleman known as Sir of the Craig, and he's got a girl known as Lady Haley. They're coming to Paphos very, very soon indeed. And guess what? They've got a brick on the Wall of Fame. And there's also another special brick going on that wall as well for a legend in their lifetimes who is scattered in the ashes on the beach just over there on the left-hand side. Big, big shout out to him, wherever he may be. I'll bet he's watching right now. Sir of the Cliff. Massive, massive shout out to you, sir. The Aspire School, there we are, a British curriculum school, believed to be one of the best schools in Cyprus, not just in Paphos. So if you are relocating to Cyprus, you've got plenty of schools to educate those littlies as they grow up into younger adults. And then of course they can go on to University of Cyprus, or perhaps get on a big bird and fly to some other country in the world, perhaps Amsterdam. Yeah, why am I saying Amsterdam? Well, I know there's a girl in Amsterdam and she is in university, and she's going to come out as the greatest computer design engineer in the world. Big shout out to Princess Valentina. Hopefully the weather's not treating you too bad. And a big shout out to your mum and dad, Lord of the Ronaldo, and of course his very own French beauty, Lady of the Sylvie. And we're looking forward to your return to the Island of Love. King Eliathan Hotel, or as I like to call it, the King Elephant Hotel. And quite a few people like that hotel, including the people in charge of all of our platforms, like our Facebook pages, Marika and Me Paphos Cyprus, Marika and Me Lounge Bar, our TikTok, our website, marikaandme.com. Yes, big shout out to the Baroness of the Heather and the Baron of the Steve, and of course the two bunny rabbits that make sure that they keep working hard, very, very hard indeed, and supplying them with lettuce, a nice deal. Yes, that's their favourite little feast. Big shout out to Princess Misty, and of course, Sir of the Teddy. Don't look so grumpy. We're en route towards Chloraka beachfront, if you're curious to know, so don't click off just yet. You are going to get a view that is quite simply worth dying for. So this area here now is a great place if you want to rent a villa and have a nice tranquil holiday. And of course it isn't that far from the main events. For example, downtown Paphos Promenade and Harbour. And you could walk there along the coastal pathway, but it's probably going to take you about an hour. There is a bus service, taxis, or of course you could hire a car. But it's a great place, and there are one or two people renting villas in and around this area over this forthcoming summer season, and I got a feeling they're going to have a fabulous time indeed. And if you want a villa in this area, some people call it the dimmer area and some people call it the Chloraka beachfront area. So Google those words and I'm pretty sure that something will come up and you will get a great holiday, quite chilled, quite relaxed, but not that far from the main event. There it is, right in front of us, the blue Mediterranean Sea. Let's go and have a look at it, shall we? Where's my little boy cigar? Here it is. I've got a lighter. We're going to go and feast our eyes and digest, and then we're going to light it up and we're going to say those magic words. Chloraka beachfronts, villas galore. Imagine yourself staying in one of these, even on a slightly damp and dreary day like today. There's no doubt about it that the views quite simply take your breath away. Like I keep saying, if you do like what you see, please hit the like. Please don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a single penny. It just tells YouTube that you like what you've seen and perhaps they should recommend this little channel known as Marika and Me to more like-minded people like yourselves. If you'd like to gift us a couple of bob or two, you can via the virtual platform known as Buy Me a Coffee. If you Google these magic words, Buy Me a Coffee, Marika and Me, up will come our landing page. And you can choose to read a little bit more about us, a comment or two, and fingers crossed, gift us that virtual coffee. Big shout out and a massive thank you to Lady of the Joanne, and of course, that handsome hubby, Sir of the Baz. And we'll look forward to seeing you when you come back to the Island of Love very soon indeed. Please don't forget to go and check us out on marikaandme.com. And you never know, you might fancy purchasing a mug or two. There are 3 different mugs on there. I think you should buy all 3 because they will look spectacular and you could alternate when you have that morning coffee or that nice mug of tea. Hats, etc. Feast your eyes and digest. That is a view straight out into the blue Mediterranean Sea. You haven't got to put up with me for much longer because here comes the lighter. And yep, I'm going to say those magic words. Life is good on the island of love. I'm going to drop the car windows and allow some of the wind to come in so you can get the full addiction of downtown Chloraka and the waves licking and a lapping on the coastline. What a fabulous, fabulous day it is indeed. Thanks for watching, and of course I will look forward to your company again very, very soon indeed.